Alrighty, we are live as we can be. And today we're working on a JavaScript calculator. I've got two more lessons to do, or two more projects to make, I guess, in the front in this section of the front-end library certification. And then we can finally move on to some other stuff, which I'm very excited to actually get into this other stuff. I feel like some of these things, like data visualization, I've never done. And then some of these things, I just feel like I could be a lot better with them. And I think it would be good to go through some of these projects to get a little bit better. Are my settings all good? I just got to make sure we're good. Looks like I'm coming through. Sweet. So I kind of pulled a Martha Stewart. And maybe that's not a good example. I didn't embezzle money or whatever she did. I put a bunch of stuff, kind of pre-cooked a bunch of stuff in here so that I wouldn't have to mess around with getting React imported and all of that stuff. So I've got a basic React application here with a single component that renders out the test p tags. So I'm gonna go ahead and jump in here and grab my user stories, and let's see, 15. We'll see how long. I'm kind of nervous about this one as far as how long it's gonna take. I don't know if it'll be something I can do. If I can just bust it out in a night. We'll see. So as always, I'm gonna go through these user stories. I don't need CSS right now. I just need HTML. Give me HTML. There you go. All right, so calculator should contain a clickable element containing an equal sign with a corresponding ID equals. Kadoke. Calculator should contain 10 clickable elements containing one number each from 0 to 9 with the following corresponding IDs: 0, 1, 2, etc., etc., etc. My calculator should contain 4 clickable elements, each containing one of the 4 primary mathematical operators. Right, so there's a lot of work to do here just in the buttons. So let's do that. It's interesting because the drum pad machine that I made in the last video is probably a lot of that code I feel like could be reused here, or some of it, because it had the same or very similar layout with the button structure. So yeah, let's just see what we can do here. So first thing I'm gonna do is create a I know we're probably gonna need a button class of some sort, and I don't know what kind of props it's gonna need yet. So I'm just going to return a button. Oops, return a button. And we'll just do test for now. And then we can kind of figure out as needed what we want to do as far as styling and all of that. Let's go ahead and jump up into our app. Change that into a div. And button. Oops. So we got a test button, and maybe what we want to do is let's make this let's make a calculator class or a calculator component, and then we can return a div. Cool. So we can return a div in here with our button components in it. Text. It's going to be 1. what we're going to do is just create a text prop that we pass down into our button here so that we get a number on it. And let's see, make sure I'm doing that right. Button return. Button does not look like it's coming in yet. Interesting. I think while I'm at it, I'm also going to import. Do I want to do? I don't know if I need. I can probably make this work without Bootstrap. Oh, right. I need to actually use my calculator here. Cool, calculator, and let's give the calculator some styling. Background gray. Background gray. And we'll do a max width on it. Max width will be set to 500 px, or I guess I can just do 500. Cool. And then min height for now, just so we have something 800. And maybe 600 actually. 600 and 400. And then we can do a div style equals display flex direction, or flex align items and center, justify content center. Let's get us a centered thing here. Width. Can I just set these with width and height properties? There we go. Cool. And let's make sure that this has a height set to 100 view height, VH. Cool. Okay, so now in our calculator, I also know we're going to want a display of some sort. So I don't know what that's going to look like really. I'm assuming we're going to take some props in there, and we're probably going to respond with a div. And we're going to make that div a color of some sort. Let's see what kind of color we want to do. Background, blue. Background. Okay. And then make sure we have our display in here. $150. And then let's give the calculator itself some padding. Padding, colon 15. Maybe 30. And let's chill these colors out a little bit now that we've got them in there. Whoa, I don't need to be on iPhone X. Okay, so we got it on gray right now. Let's use a really calm Efi. Oops. Okay. So we'll put Efi in there. And put Efi in here. And I'm just trying to make it so that it's not so hard on the eyes. I don't want to spend all day trying to style this thing all perfect, but it is kind of nice to, if you're going to be looking at something for a little while, to make sure that it doesn't look like terrible. And then I know we're going to need some text displayed in here, so I'm just going to pretend like we have some sort of equation in here right now. Times 5 equals 500. Cool. So I'm also going to go into CSS here, and let's make a body rule. Unless I think I can just normalize. Let's see, normalize. I think if I just do that, I thought that would turn everything into sans serif. Cool. Okay, and I want the I do want this screen to be somewhat nice. Like I should make this font size. Font size should be like 36 maybe. Let's see what that does. 36. Yeah, and it's probably, now that I'm thinking about it, it's probably going to need to be adjustable. For this guy, I think I'm going to do display flex, and then flex or align items. Is it flex end? Is it flex end or end? It might just be end. Flex end. Here's another thought. Rather than getting all crazy in here, what if I just used a class name and wrote this in CSS instead of having to do all this craziness? Display. Let's go ahead, and so we don't have to have our styles all over the place. I'm going to go ahead and pull these guys out and let them live in this display object, which means I have to convert all of this over to CSS. Not the end of the world, but kind of annoying. Whoa. So CSS, if you're new to this kind of stuff, CSS is a little bit different in that you don't have quotes around your text on the right hand side. It does look awfully similar to a JavaScript object because you've got like a key on the left hand side and then a value on the right hand side, but they don't use any quotes. They use a semicolon at the end of each of these instead of a comma. And then stuff like this, where in JavaScript styles you would just put the numbers and it's going to assume the units. So 150 meant 150 px, 36 probably meant 36 points, I guess. You have to actually put those in there, or I guess 36 px. I don't know, I'm thinking. Oh, and the other thing is in JavaScript you have these align items. You would capitalize the first letter of the second word, whereas in CSS you use hyphens to declare those. So I don't know if they don't give me IntelliSense, do they? What is this? What is this? Okay, flex end. Align content, oh, it is flex end. Align content, flex end. I want it over on the right, is what I want. Maybe my problem actually is just that my text should be align items. Hang on, maybe I just need to do this. Align items. Is this, it gives me a centered, yeah, okay. Align item center, and then text align colon right, I think will give me text align right, or not. Or not. Oh, wait a second. Maybe justify dash content colon flex end. There you go, that's what's going on. Alrighty, and then give it a little bit of padding. So we want to put like another, maybe 15 px. It's usually a good, in my eyes, a good starting place. Cool, and then let's go ahead and change this color to something a little nicer. So we'll take this here and set a color to that. Then we'll go ahead and switch over to HSB or HSLA, and let's start by pulling the luminosity down a little bit. It's weird not having like an actual calculator font in there. It's weird how that like really makes it not look as good. But yeah, I think I'm just gonna go with that. I feel like that's gonna be good enough for now. Oops. Cool. Okay, so we've got our display, and then we do need to pull our buttons style out, and eventually our calculator. Oh right, our button doesn't even have style yet, so that's nice, handy dandy. We've got our button here. Let's go ahead and leave a 1 in there so we can see what it looks like. Oh, it's already in there. Props are coming in, cool. All right, so let's go ahead. We need a few buttons, so let's go ahead and just dupe these guys out. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 9, 10. Right? And it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 0. Right? Cool. And then let's go ahead and give, oh, I should have created a class on these guys. Class name equals button. Let's be bootstrapian. Call it BTN. Doke. And hop over into our CSS. Get a button. And let's start by making the padding 30 px. See what that does. Nothing. did nothing. Class name equals button. Right? Am I missing something? Padding 30px, btn, background. Let's just do the CSS debugging trick of the century and just make the background red. And that didn't work either. Class name equals btn. What am I missing here? Oh, it's because I'm passing in a class name up here. Oh, oh my gosh. This is why components are good. This is why components are your friends. We don't need to do all this junk. What am I thinking? We just need it in one place on the component. Right here. That's where the class name is. There you go. Yeah, it's working all right. All right, get rid of this. And the spacing's obviously pretty whack. And the font size is pretty whack. And really the font is kind of gross too. I kind of just hate everything about it. I do. I want something that's like font wise. It'd be nice if it was something that was like, I don't know, like a condensed font or something. Okay. Okay. So it looks like we got a little, there's like almost a gradient thing going on here. I want it to be in, I want it to be in rows though. So I almost wonder if I need to have like a numbers wrapper or something. Which probably could just be a div inside here. Don't really see it needing to be its own component. So we'll throw that in there with a class name set to numbers. And we'll display flex on that as well. Oh, that's interesting. I wonder why it's breaking the flex wrap, wrap. Cool. And then each button, I don't want to do that. Let's just do align items, space between. Can I do that with flex wrap on? I don't, for some reason I don't think this will work with the flex wrap on it. Because then it would just be like pushing out because it wraps. So we probably will have to designate a margin of some sort. Right, $px. Just to give these guys some breathing room. We should just go all around. 15px. Okay. Right, so here's an interesting thing. We've got, really, I guess, normal calculators would have the numbers on the left-hand side of the calculator, and then they'd have the operators and the 0 on the other side of the calculator. So let's go look at a calculator. What's a calculator look like? Calculator, I'm gonna look at like old school calculators. Yeah, okay, oh, interesting, so they have some extra numbers in here. I wanna look at like, that's kind of what I was thinking of. Just a standard old calculator. Something like that. Because we're not doing anything super scientific. Oh, that's funny. This is actually a thing for making a calculator with JavaScript. Okay. Oh, and I also goofed and forgot that it's the other way around. It doesn't go 1, 2, 3 from the top. It's totally backwards. So it's actually what, 7, 7, 8, 9, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3. Yeah. Right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, cool. And then did this say that we needed to handle floats? Does it say we need to handle floats? When a decimal element, yep, so we do have a decimal. Okay. So got decimal here. Does this calculator have, so then it's got its equal sign, okay. Maybe I should just do left column since it's not really numbers anymore. Ooh, interesting. Because we're using padding instead of like a fixed size, we're seeing that the button width is changing and throwing our buttons off a little bit down here. So to fix that, we need to switch from using a padding, which is padding around the character, which could be a different size, and switch it to something that's static, consistent. So let's get rid of padding for a bit and instead use fixed width, 50 or 75 px, height, colon 75 px. Okay, maybe more like 100 px. Not too bad. And I guess if I'm gonna have buttons over here, 75 is not the worst. Yeah, I'm gonna have buttons over here. They're just not there yet, so the whole calculator looks really funky. Let's put some buttons there. Let's also change this to left call, and right call. Right call, and there's some buttons in here too. And those buttons would be text equals plus. I don't even know. What kind of operator are we using first? Oh, divide. Okay, divide times minus plus. I don't have, let's see, is there a divide symbol? Division sign. Ah, there you go. That's what I want right there. Division. I should have a div wrapping this guy. And that I will call buttons. And what do we want with that? We want to display it. I guess it is displayed in row. Interesting. How there's still, this is stacking. Oh, it's probably because I never, buttons, display, flex. I might just need to do that. Yeah, there you go. Cool. Easy peasy. And we still need our, what is it, times operator? Times x. Maybe there's a time, is there a times or operator? Times sign. Times sign. Math. Cool. Divide times minus, I'm assuming minus is just a hyphen. Minus sign, is it different than? Minus sign, I'm assuming these are what they would be. And plus sign. Cool. Cool. So we got our stuff here. Let's add a little something here when we press on a button. Whoa. Where's my stuff? That's weird. Alright, so when we click on a button, which I think is active, maybe? Let's change the color. Background color, I mean. Background. Whoa, alright. Let's see what we want to change that to. I want to change it. Where's my background? Button. Border style. Huh, I don't see a background. Background color. Button face. User agent style sheet. Am I not declaring a background? Interesting. Wow, somehow the gray that I picked out was like almost exactly the same. That's kind of crazy. Let's use the color picker here. Toggle color picker. Oh, what? Can't even use it there. That's dumb. Go here, switch that to hex. Efi. Background colon efi. Alrighty. And we will bring that down to and active. Ooh, and it's got a focus ring around it. Don't want that. Remove button focus ring. Is it just colon focus? Nice. Easy enough. Button focus outline none. Cool. Sweet. So we have, as far as I can tell, the basic calculator is here. It's good to go. Might be, yeah, I think we're at a point where we can go ahead and start to do the hard stuff here. So first thing I want to do is check, because I knew they had some specifications on this. So they wanted an ID on all of these guys. Calculator should contain a clickable element, so we know we want to have an equals operator, which is here, button, and I guess we'll do an ID prop equal to equals, and then we do have to make sure that our props come in here, so we have to say ID equals props.id, and let's go have a look and see what we got in the next thing. So then we've got 0, so we just go through starting with 0. So ID equals, oh, I guess it's a dot. I'm not sure what they were going to want for that. ID equals 0, 0, 0. ID equals 3. ID equals 2. And rather than having to go type ID out 100 times, seven, 8, 9, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 0. Okay, and then we've got add, subtract, so we need to throw these in here as well. Get rid of that extra space I just put in there. Divide, multiply. What did they say? Yep, multiply. Multiply, subtract, add. Good. Decimal is the one they want. Clickable element clear. Oh, interesting. Did not add that. Dang. All right. Where are we going to put that? Decimal. And let's do one more row. Right call. Maybe just one big. Oops. Button text equals clear. C. And we're officially out of space on our calculator. We need a little more height. How about 50 more pixels? That'll do. And then we need an ID equal to clear. And then we need a display element, which I already had going. Just need to add ID equals display to that. And at any time, pressing clear button should clear the input and values and initialize the state to 0. Okay, so the initial state will be 0. Right? 0. Cool. And let's go ahead and do the tests here for the JavaScript calculator and just make sure we're up to all of these clear inputs. That's funny, that one passes because it's already set to 0. As an input, I should be able to see my input in the element with the ID. Numbers, okay. Alrighty, so now we get to do all the state management stuff. I was gonna do a use state. What did I do? Let me go grab my other code pen. I want to see what I got in my other code pen that I just did. Because I'm sure I did some state management here. Oh, I guess I just did. Yeah, I just made it a class and then did the normal stuff. So maybe I'll try and do a use state this time around. Let's have a look at use state and code pen. Oh, I wonder if code pen just crapped out. Not simple use state. Basic React hooks. Ah, cool. Alright. Let me get rid of all this stuff. It's just annoying. Cool. So we got a use state in here now. And I should be able to initialize my display value. Const display set display equal to 0. Oh, wait a second. Equal to use state and 0. Cool. And then my display needs to have text equal to display, and then I need to make sure that instead of using just props, instead of using 0, I just need to pull in from props my text, which should give me the same thing, and it does. Alrighty. So when we type numbers in here, if it's 0, if it's like the initial state, we need to, maybe I should just make a const initial state equals 0 and set that to initial state. And that way I can check and see, I can use that when I want to set it to initial state, and I can use it to check that I'm not in an initial state. Did I? Initial. Missing an I there. Initial state equals 0. Alright. So now comes the fun part. Now we will probably need a method that we're going to use to actually update the state or update the display. We already have set display, so I can't imagine it being like much more complicated than that. If we go in here and let's just throw in an onClick equals set display. I guess what I could do is just pass I think I want to just have like an update display method or function, and that will take the content, or maybe because it's updating, let's see, no, it should just take the content. And what it needs to do is it needs to check if the display equals display equals initial state, then we will add that number. So we'll do a set display with our content, or really it's going to be a number, maybe, I don't know, value. Let's do value. And otherwise, we will add, we'll take the set display, and we will add display plus value together. So this is going, ooh, and it looks like we're getting some nasty stuff here. Is it because we're doing an on click on a thing that doesn't exist? Probably. Yep. So let's go ahead and pull in an on click prop. So on click is going to equal on click. And next up, oh, what did I do here? On click. On click equals on click. What am I doing wrong here? Oh, now it's maybe missing the function it needs on all these guys. On click. Oh, right, I don't have props.onClick. I don't know if that's gonna, yeah, okay, cool. Yeah, because I need to read the onClick method I'm passing in to props here. And so as an experiment, I can do it with number 7 equals update display. And maybe what I should do, since I've got the value anyway, maybe I should let the just pass the method and let this display do the work of taking the props.text as the value. That way I don't have to type it in 100 times. I can just pass the method down there. So when I click 7, assuming that that works, and it doesn't, it should have gone in and updated that value. Because the value is being set, right? We're being set here, yeah. So it could be, I could just be stretching it a little, thinking that I'm able to do this, where I'm like passing in and telling it to use the props.text there. That might not work. It might not work. Let's make sure, because this method is totally untested. Let's do a little shout out, and that way I know. Oh, okay. So we're getting in there. Oh, see, okay. No syntax highlighting no syntax highlighting at all. Am I just not using CodePen right? CodePen syntax highlighting. Is this like something? CodePen syntax highlighting. Is it possible to have syntax highlighting? You cannot control. You can try GS slider. Okay, yeah, that is bummer. Oh, wait. For HTML and text area, this is not what I want. This is not what I want. I want syntax highlighting. It's hard to find what you want with CodePen because there's so many pins out there. Like, you can't really, like, turn on syntax highlighting CodePen. You have to make sure it's very good highlighting. Let's see. More languages, complete list. JavaScript is on there. I just would expect if it's actually highlighted that I would get. I just would expect it to be I just would expect it to tell me if something like that happened. And I just find that weird. Oh well. Alright, so I've got a nice little add-on that I can throw into my buttons here. I'm assuming I have to do this, right? I can't I don't know how else I would get that in there without making the button a part of the calculator. Cool. And then what do they want us to do? Let's try running these tests. Do we get the next tests done? What's up here? Wait, what? They're not considered. So I should probably have a const clear. And const clear will take display or set display to the initial state. And we will pass that into click equals clear. Oh, and here we have an interesting thing where I'm going to be passing text into that, and it's not supposed to be there. Maybe I shouldn't do this. Maybe I should just call the method and it seems like a bummer though to have all that extra, just have the duplication. Oh, and I'm gonna have to do an anonymous I would almost rather actually just go back to what I had and just have a clear button, because I was already thinking about how I kind of wanted to have a slightly different style. And it does need props, and it is going to be very similar to this, but probably have a class name of clear dash button. And instead of doing all this jazz, we will pass the method in directly. And we'll change this guy over. And now we should have a working clear button. We do need to go in here, grab this button. Already starting to wish I was using Sass or something, because this part of CSS kind of sucks. Although, yeah, I don't know. I could maybe get away with something like clear button, and then the main thing I need to do is override the width. 100%. And that way in my JS here I can have button and clear button. Cool, so it should get both of those. clear button, potent. I'll just do that. There you go. Yeah. Clear. 789, clear. Equals, clear. We're gonna have some more work cut out for us here. All right. Do we get further? At any time, pressing clear button clears the input and output values and returns the calculator to the initial state. And let's see, at any time pressing the clear button clears the input and output values. Input and output values. Initialize state 0 should be showing the ID of display. What's it expecting here? At any time, pressing the clear button clears the input and output values and returns the calculator to its initialized state. Which is weird because that's what it does, as far as I can tell. Display has an ID of display. And before we were okay, so I don't understand. At any time, pressing the clear button clears the input and output values and returns the calculator to the initialized state. 0 should be shown in the element. I wonder if it's just going slow, like the test is hitting it faster. Oh, this is weird. What's the difference here? I feel like there's a glitch or something here. 7 and 8 look like they're exactly the same. Pressing the clear button clears the input and output values and returns the calculator to its initialized state 0. Yeah, what the heck? These are like the exact same. And as far as I can tell, I'm clearing the input and output values. I guess I don't have output values. But I don't know what's up with that. I'm going to just skip that one for now. In inner order, I should be able to add, subtract, multiply, and divide a chain of numbers of any length. And when I hit equal, the correct result should be displayed, or should be shown in the element of ID with the ID of display. Okay. So let's try and do a small version of this and see how this is going to work. So if we have some numbers in here and we have a plus sign, which for now I'm just going to go ahead and make it a button, or give it the update display, I guess. Dealio. These will probably have to be turned into like a different type of component as well, like a operator component or something. But I just want to see what happens here. So if I click 1, 2, and plus 12 equals, and when I hit equals, it should just instantly switch to the answer. What's interesting, or what kind of, like, as I'm thinking ahead, becomes challenging is when you start doing something like this. 12 plus 12 minus 36. I don't know if we're doing PIMDAS here, because I think in PIMDAS minus comes, and PIMDAS is like a math order of operations. I'm pretty sure minus, multiplication division. PIMDAS, let's see. Add or subtract. Okay, subtract does come last. But I do wonder, like, if we're doing that, then does that mean, let's see if they even talk about it. Order of operation. Oh, here we go. Should be noted that there are two main schools of thought on calculator input: immediate execution logic and formula logic. Our example utilizes formula logic and observes immediate execution is not. Either is acceptable, but please note that depending on what you choose, your calculator may yield different results. Yeah. I don't know. I think order of expression logic might be the way to go. Or formula, is that formula expression? Yeah, formula logic. Yeah, order of operation. Okay, well, for now, let's just try to do something simple. Let's just try to do something that takes the plus. I almost wonder if, like, parsing it would be a interesting strategy. Like, basically just separate it all up, break it all up by its operator, and then apply the rules to it. If you have, what would that look like? What would that look like if I had a string that looked like this, and I split it by its plus sign? I would get an array that would look like this. And I would know, because I separated it by plus sign, or by the plus sign, that these are to be added together. If I had a situation like this, let's see here. If I had a situation like this, I would end up with another 12, and that would be okay. They would all add up to 36, and that doesn't matter, like the order of operations and whatnot doesn't matter. If we did something like this, though, where now we have a 12, a negative 12, or a minus 12, now it starts to get a little weird, because now we are splitting on this operator, and that means that we have a 12 minus 12 here. And that could be anything. You could also have something like this, where you have 12 times 12. And now, I mean, the nice thing about doing something like this is the logic could be written out so that I do the order of expression where I go, I guess it'd be, what is it, multiply. Let's see, exponents. So yeah, multiply, divide. So really I'm just worrying about these last four letters. Das. I'm multiplying, then I'm dividing, then I'm adding, then I'm subtracting. So in this case, what that would look like really is that I would do a multiply batch, multiply, and that would actually be more like 12 minus 12 plus 12, and then times 12. Yikes. because I'm separating on the multiplication operator. But if I could figure out a way to like separate everything up by operator, like maybe I could use regex or something and separate it up by operator, but then I wouldn't know what kind of operator I'm looking for. I guess the reason I like this is because I feel like this would make the order of operation stuff easier. If I did it, I could do it like procedurally as the numbers come in with the operators, but then I run into an issue where I have I'm not doing order of operation at that point, because if I did it times 12 at the end and I've already calculated everything up to that point, then I run into the issue of, I'm not following order of operations. So I have to wait until all of the numbers and operators are there and the equal sign is pressed to be able to accurately do this with order of operations. And I just have to think about how to do that. So I've got a string here that has all of these operators. Maybe what if I then split this array up? Split this up into an array, which would be, I do an array of all of the numbers. I just split them out, right? And then I know that I want to multiply, so I take the last item out of this. Or actually, I could just set it to that. I could set this equal to the multiplication of that. So it could be 144. And now I get my new array. Oh, but then I don't know like how my other operators went. Oh man. I feel like there's a good structure for this. I just haven't thought of it yet. Maybe something to do with an object, like maybe if I used an object of some sort to store these values, I could keep track of the values that need to be multiplied. Again, though, this order of operation stuff seems like it really screws things up. So if I found the index of this guy and found does PIMDAS move left to right? Whichever first in order from left to right. Oh, I see. First in order from left to right. So if I had to if I was dividing in there before I got to the multiplier, it would do the divider first. 12 divided by 12. So I hit this guy. divided by 12. Yeah, man, order of operations just throws everything off because there's also like groups of things. Like if I did plus 12 and then another times 12, I have to ignore this plus and calculate the 12 by 12 first. And I do feel like there's something to be said if I could hone in, if I could like automatically hone in on this and say like, all right, starting with multiply divide, find the first either multiplier or divider, whichever comes first. Take the number on the left side and the right side of that number, and in place, do the work on them. So that becomes 1. Then I run through it again. It's almost like it's like it needs to just eat the symbols. So it goes through and yum 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 and finds a multiplier now, and it says take the number on either side of these guys. What do you get? 12, and it chomps that guy out of there. It goes through again and it finds the next number and turns that over, and then it moves on to the next register, which would be minus or add, and then it would start left to right, so it would see 12 plus 12, and it would chomp those guys into 24. Then it would do 24 minus 12 and see 12. And then, okay, so I really like that idea. It's the implementation that I'm not sure about. I basically need to hone in to multiplier divider. So index, I could use index of, I guess, and get the index of that guy. And then I could use a regex to find, maybe I could use a regex to find the next index over. And each time it could just output a new string. So every time it runs in, it could just output a new string until it's down to the simple stuff. And that's kind of cool because that also means that I can start small and work my way up with the more complicated stuff. So I could assume that I'm working with pluses and minuses because that's the first thing I'm going to be, that's what everything will be boiled down to at the end of the day. It's the last operation. Okay, so let's create a const calculate, and it will take a string. It will take the value, I guess, we have, and we need to get the index of the plus sign. So value.index of plus sign, which in this case would be 2, would be in the second 0, 1, 2 place. And I wonder how I can get the next, because the next thing is like when I check the index of something, I need to go like to the left until I find another operator, or there is no more to go, nowhere else to go. And same for the right, I need to go to the right. This is a really interesting, I mean, like maybe I'm just not, maybe there's something really obvious here that I'm just not seeing. But this is, to me, a very challenging kind of problem to solve, which is funny because it should be super easy. And I think it would be, again, if you just took all the numbers and said, like, okay, as they come into the calculator, just add them up. But when you put the restriction of we want to do this formulaic formula logic that observes order of operation precedence, the stuff just gets more complicated. So, are there any other ways I could go through this and not have to do? Is there any way to just figure out what my numbers are? Maybe, what if I split? Can I split the string? I guess I'd have the same problem if I had a minus in front of there. Yeah. Okay. So maybe let's do some stuff here. Let's do position equals the index of that thing, the first operator that we're going to look at. And then let's do a backwards equals value dot in, or I guess pos minus 1, and let forward next equal pos plus 1. And that way it's like instantly looking on either side of the what's the word I'm looking for? Of the position, initial position. Then I can move forward or backwards either way in a loop until I can't anymore. So I'm just gonna see what would happen if I did a while loop here. I don't know if a while loop will do what we want it to do. Maybe this is just helping me establish a range here. I could say something like while value back does not equal, this is going to be some pseudocode, while value back does not equal plus minus times divide whatever, and value forward. Oh, but here, okay, so yeah, so I should do two loops. I should loop backwards to find the first range. Cool. So we do this while loop, and then we would take back and knock it down one until we have found the next stopping point. And we should also say and back does not equal 0. Because if it equals 0, then we've reached the beginning of our statement. And then we also would have a while loop, while next does not equal the length, value dot length minus 1. Okay, Value is not one of these things. Okay. So again, we're just gonna keep it simple here. We'll put a regex in there to test for all of these values, and then I just want to see if this is even viable, because I should be able to at least test if I give it something like 12 plus 12. It should go, oh, where's the index of it? Oh, it's at 2. Okay, so the first position is 2, and that makes the back position would be at 1, and the next position would be at 3. And if we look at 3, that's the next guy, and we look at 1, that's the previous guy. Okay, so now what does this do? Because we've got the range, we know that on either side of the position, we have a back. So what we need now is we need to do some splicing to get the first number. So we'll do first num equals, or maybe I should do left num equals, and then value dot, is it substring? How do you do like a range? Get range of characters from string JS substring. There's one of these that's immutable. Is this mutable? Why am I on W3 schools? Why am I on W3 schools? Let's see. This is not strictly deprecated. Oh, yikes. Okay. Well, let's not use that. That's why we like MDN. Substring between, is it mutable? Index start at the end. Okay. All right. So what does this do? Put 2 to the end. Moz starting at 1, getting 3. Oh, I see. Up to 3. Okay. I think this is what we want. Substring. Substring. Oh, is that a? Oh no, I was doing subster. Left num equals back and value, no, pause, or POS, and then let right num equal value dot substring, and then next pause, no, sorry, pause next. Very cool. Show, where do we go from here? Have we established, I think we have the number here. I want to do some testing on this without having to actually run the calculator. So let's do this. Let's get our calculator back out of an errored state, maybe. Oh man, was I in an errored state before that? What did I do to break this thing? What did I do? Oh, do I get it? Wait a second. Let me try their console. I feel like their console never tells me anything. Oh yeah, it does. Cannot read property 12 of undefined. Where are you trying to read property 12? Huh? Where did I give you a property 12? Pin.js 47. Is this it? 47. Div name buttons. Logs trimmed. Clear. Let's refresh this page. Really? No logs? Is it because I cleared it? Dang, what is going on here? What is going on here? I don't think it's anything I wrote in this calculate thing, but again, I just, not having syntax highlighting, Yeah, it's something I wrote in that. Const. Oh, it's because I DOM'd. There we go. All right, so now we can actually do some console.logging. We'll do a calculate, and we'll try out 12 plus 12. And this is not going to do anything right now. Why am I not getting any logs? Like, not even a notification that, hey, buddy. Good, infinite loop. Alrighty. What did I do? Oh, I screwed the pooch here. I didn't do a next plus, which means that the next never changed and my while never broke out. Calculate, perfect. And then let's see what these, are we getting our numbers? That's what I wanted to see. Console.log. Oh, I guess I can. Oh, I wish I could use my VS Code tools or tricks. Num, right num. Oh, interesting. +1. So, do I need to do a +1 here then? +1. And next, value.length. Position +1. Huh. Let's see if we console.log next. So I want next 3. So it logs out once, and then it says that the one of these things. So while the value of next is not equal the plus, and next 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it would be 4. So why is this breaking out, I wonder? Console.log value.length -1. I'm assuming, yeah, it is 4. That's what I would have expected it to be. What about value next? One. So, oh, maybe it's breaking out prematurely because I have that minus on there. Does not equal. Oh, yeah. Next is, I should have said less than, I think. Yeah, I think it's fine now. I think if I had less than in there. Just out of curiosity, what does that do? Same thing. What if I feed it 123? Does it change it? Yep, good. And if I change it to 132? Yep, good. And so now we just need to parse these guys. We know what the operator is for this. So let's just return parse. What is the parse number JavaScript? What are these streams? Parseint. I was right. I just had my parseint left num plus parseint right num 255. Okay, Alrighty. So here's the next thing. We're not out of the woods yet because I'm imagining this happening inside of a loop that's going through. Let me get back to having an array here, or having a string with my class here. So at this point, it would have found the first index, right? I almost feel maybe it's an opportunity for a recursive function. Alright, so it's going to go to the first plus, index value.index of first plus. Whoops. Okay, and then I guess what we need to do is take, since we know the full range now, back and next, we need to replace that part of the string Is there a way to just replace I wasn't thinking replace range string JavaScript. Nice. That's super easy. Cool, I like that. So in this series, I guess, in those loop, I would need to call replace range, pass it the value, the back, the next, and the substitute, which is this inside of parentheses and stringified. And then we do that again until there's no more operators. Right? Okay. So let's see, how is this? Is this it's returning. Okay, so let's just say let new string equal. Let's return that new string. So it should be 24 plus 12. Yeah, cool. Right. And we do this, I guess, until index doesn't come back with anything. And that's why I'm feeling like, I feel like this is a recursive function. Like I just feel like this could be done, like it hits itself again and again until there's nothing. Like I feel like it's just an excellent case for a recursive function. So, I'm gonna hold that thought, because I think it could work. For now, though, I know that I want to check for the index of a plus, and if one is there, we're still in the loop. So I could do a while and then break out of it. Let's just say if value.index of plus does not equal -1, then we're going to do something about that. Or maybe what we do is just say while value.index does not equal 1, value do this stuff here. Instead of returning that, we will dig, let's see. We need to, oh, it's gonna hate me doing that. New string. Value equals, oh, please don't die on me. I'm just about to fix it. Oh man, do they not have a way of blocking shit code here? I put in an infinite loop basically. Oh man, and hopefully they got my changes because I'm refreshing. And false. Let's just stop that for a second and think this through a little bit because clearly something's wrong here. Why is it still looping? Is it still looping or is it just catching up? And false. This should be not looping anymore. Is it not looping anymore? Okay. No, it's still looping. What the hell? While index of value equals replacement console. Oh man, what's going on here? Oh, am I shoot. I may have okay, yeah. So let's do this. Let's do value equals replace range. Go, oh man. Do this. All up in here. And let's change that to a while because now I'm setting it so once it's replaced, I should replace it, see that there's, in fact, I'll also do, just to be extra careful, I'll do 0 less while, oh, sorry, count CTR equals 0 and CTR is less than 5, and then we'll add CTR plus plus and change this to while, and we'll return value. Save Save. Cool, and that looks like it did what it was supposed to do, 36. Which should mean that if we add another thing in here, it's 36. Cool. All right, so we've got the plus portion of this figured out. Let's see what we got to do next. So, do we do an outer loop of checking multiplier? Or do we do an inner loop? I also like the idea of like I feel like it'd be interesting if there was like a equation const calculations equals something like this, where you could go get the function or whatever you're supposed to do. I guess it's just a switch statement probably, but I could do like a const add. Oops, const add equals, and then make a few more of these. Oh, it's going to take two numbers, num1, num2. Add, subtract, divide, multiply. And then these guys will actually just need to, we can just do return num1. Oh, I gotta parse it probably. Oh no, keep it simple. 1 plus num2. Num1 minus num2. Num1 divided by num2. Num1 times num2. And then what I can do is have wherever I do replace range here, I could have like a, maybe I should do a const yeah, maybe, what am I doing here? I could have made this so much easier on myself. Const calculation num1 num2 equals, and then we do a calculation num1 num2 operator switch up case for plus, and then we'll just do return num1 num2 case minus, whoa, what did I do? Case minus, in fact, hang on, and grab this guy here. Whoa. Minus divide times. Very good. All right. So we've got our super simple calculation logic here, and we can just, should be able to pop it in. Do you want to worry about, yeah, I'll just do this. Calculation plus %. Sounds like I'm saying percent really weirdly. and to string. Calculation to string. I'm not sure when it went wrong here. Something went wrong here. And for some dumb reason, I've got to go into the inspector to find out what went wrong. Cannot load content. Object, error, unconscious, new string not defined. Where am I calling new string? Find new string. Not calling new string. Is it somewhere in here? Did I do something wrong here? No. Is it in calculate? Is it somewhere in here? Did I do something wrong in here? Yes. Is it in, oh, here we go. What's going on here? Of course. Right. Oh, that was weird. Oh. Counter plus. Oh, okay, hang on. I don't think I needed one of these things. Can I make this wider? Is that, yeah. %, where is that? Calculation, replace range, substring, plus calculation. Oh. Pretty sure I need to have colons after that. Yeah, that's funny. Man, syntax highlighting. These are things I feel like I don't understand. Am I supposed to be like, is this a training for my syntax highlighting skills, CodePen? Is that one of your goals in life, is to make me train for manual syntax highlighting? All right, so the point is we still got our answer, 72. Our stuff is still working. So index of, can you do index of regex? Search regex 43. Any character that is not an execution object. First match, perfect. So I should be able to have my regex. Let's do const. What is this part called? PIMDAS. Add subtract. Add subtract equals a new regex guy here. How do you even do? Is it backslashes? I don't even know. I always have to G at the end of that. Do I have to put a regex around it? How does it know that's regex? It just, oh, I guess this is probably a weird code thing. Oh, I see. If I put something in there, it works. So I think I can do like that. Or that. This or that regex. Is it like just a pipe? Yeah, dogs are pink. Yeah, okay. I think this will work. So instead of doing value, blah, 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 let's try, ooh, this is a little sketch. Maybe I don't want to do that. Yeah, maybe I don't want to do that just yet. We're still using all pluses, so I can kind of use this to test search. And it's not going to like that because it's not regex. Search as. That's a dumb name too. Add subtract. Or add add subtract. And so it's going to search. And it's going to find what's there. And the cool thing about this is I don't care. I need to write some regex in here for this guy too. But the cool thing about this is I don't care about if it's a minus or a plus. I will do that at the very end down here. And I will do that by looking at the value that I have now and the position that I have now. Right? So yeah, it's still giving me my operator. So that's pretty cool. And the next step here is I need to figure out the alternative for this, which I think is match. Regex match JS. Yeah. Oh yeah. Okay, so I need to do a value value.match, is that right? Value next dot match add subtract, and I need it to not be the case, and I need to do and next match of undefined. What? What is going on here? Match. So I feel like it should be is there something weird when you have a single character? Inspect console const reg equals these bad boys, the letter I, and if I do a const string with I in it, const letter equals I should be able to do letter 0 dot match reg. Is that not a Boolean? Is it what is match what is match doing? Output array. Oh, what the heck? Retrieves the result of matching string. Oh, what the heck? Okay, so okay, I see. I just need to revise my thinking on this a little bit. So where did I go? Here we go. Okay. Well, wait a second. The point was match is definitely a thing. Why is match not showing up here? Match.subtract value next. Okay. Do I ever get an undefined if I do value next is false? Nan. How strange. Let's put a little tracer in there to see where this is happening. Here 1, here plus, here 1, here 2. So yeah, so while oh, wait a second. Okay, hang on. I know what's going on here. We need to do these in reverse. We need to first check if we're at the end of it. Because what was happening before then is I was reading the length of it, and that's not going to work because match, what did I call it? Rich. Oh, please. Abstract. I'm getting tired. Value next dot match add subtract, and I'm not getting that error anymore. I'm getting nan though. I wonder what that's about. Nan 12. Oh, because this needs to be false. Had that before. Yeah. Okay. Cool. So then I need to do the same thing here. I need to actually pretty much just do this. Grab this guy, put him up here, and change this to back, and then delete the previous value check we were doing there. And yeah, that's not looking too shabby. And then we have a value.index up here. So this is where I think we just want to replace value.search. Subtract. Value.search does, I'm almost positive it does return a -1. We'll know shortly here if we start getting a mega loop. Oh, cool. Looks like we're good. So that means we should be able to change this to a minus, and it should be 24, and it's not. It's 12. Is it 12? Is that actually right? That's the right answer, isn't it? 12 plus 12 is 24, minus 12 is 12. I'm so tired. I'm so tired. If I went 12 plus 12 plus 12 minus 12, then I would have 24. Yeah. Oh, man. Okay. So we got the outside, or we got the like base logic done in there. So this is where we need kind of the second level up. We need a second level loop to do what we're doing here, but to do it for multiplication and division. So we'll take this guy and we'll rename him mult divide. Whoa. Divide. Mult and divide. And that would be our two favorite operators. Oh, and this is interesting too. I have to do it by the dumb. These guys I did. Which also means I probably have to change that up in the key in the switch thing I did too. So we'll have an outer loop that will check if there's multiple multiplications and divisions going on, right? Right? Or do we switch? Yeah, I think we just... I almost feel like it's like... This is weird, but I almost feel like we could literally just copy this, paste it, which should do nothing, because by the time the value comes down here, it should be already broken out of that loop. But I think as long as we have our mapping done correctly up here, which now we do, we will need to do some changes in here, which is gonna break some stuff. I guess I wasn't really expecting that to happen. Match of undefined. Value.search. Oh, because I didn't put the multivide. There you go. Alrighty. Okay, so then if I do times 12, do we get what we want? We don't. We don't get what we want. Why do we not get what we want? Value equals replace range. Let's get rid of some console logs. Let's get to clean slate here. Is that? Oh, what the heck? Am I logging right now? What's going on here? What's going on here? 24. Okay. Let's get rid of some more. Oh, I've got this junk in here too. Okay, so I should be able to do 12 times 12, right? 12 times 12. Mult divide. Oh, right, because I also have to use the operator here. Duh. 12 times 12, 144. There it is. Let's see. How could we make this screwy? If we were doing it procedurally, then the value would be 12 plus. Whoa, shit. 12 plus 12 times 12. So 24 times 12. But this should be like 144 plus 12. And it's not. Why? I wonder what's up with that. We're getting counter is less than 5. Oh, I don't need this counter in here, do I? Oh, that's funny. I've hit my that's funny. Self-imposed limit, which was probably good. I probably saved myself from a loop in there somewhere. Counter is not defined. Why? Where am I looking at counter? There it is. Counter is not defined. Okay, so still not what I want, because what I want is, what is that? 168. So what's up here? Am I getting a console? Am I getting a value? Am I returning too soon? No, I'm returning after all that. Return console. Wondering if I should change this. Output. I don't know. I feel like maybe this is a scoping thing. Let's just try it. Output equals value. And, oh wait, hang on. I need to make that a let. Output and switch that and switch that and switch that and switch that. And oh shoot, did I loop myself to death? I looped myself to death, I think. That's not great. I'm looping. Oh, maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe I just forgot to do something in here. Okay, wait a second. I need to just switch all of these out. Okay. So I'm still not getting this output though, which is interesting. Object output 144. Oh, interesting. So, even though I still have one more number, unless I just forgot. No, huh? Okay, so while divide does not equal -1. That's the thing, it should be able to find it once. I'm curious. CTR equal, let CTR equal 0. And CTR, I would guess this would be 1, but CTR 1, yeah. So it runs through this once. Oh, maybe because well, no, this doesn't make any sense. Hang on. Let's see what's going on in here with output. Is output still a thing in there? Yeah, okay. So output has 12 by 12 by 12. Replace range. What are my... let's see. What's my back next? Interesting. So back is 0. Oh, I bet it's a problem in here. It's got to be. What's wrong? What's wrong here? I'm going back to while back does not equal 0 and output oh right, if there is a match there, dot length oh, what the heck? While and output back dot match mult divide dot length does not equal, or is, what am I trying to say here? Equals 0. Oh, and I gotta have my equal sign in there. Cannot read property length of null. Well, that sucks. Why? Why does that not work? What am I doing here? I wanna... Okay, let's do const word equals letter, and let's do const reg. I'm just gonna do a let this time. So let reg2 equal e this time, and word dot match reg2. So I found it twice. Oh, interesting. Well, I'm assuming this has, let's see, word.match.length would be 2, right? Yeah. I'm assuming that this has match multi-divide. Multivide.length equals 0. Let's try this. Let's try if I console.log output back here 2. And oh, interesting. The next operator could be any of them. So I should probably also have an operator. Operator equals, and we just do these guys and these guys. Just had that thought. It's not actually I don't think it's actually the solution here, but it is important. Console.log and output.match operator. And that's probably what's happening here too, is I have operator. That is probably what got me to this mess to begin with. Where am I reading length? 21. Where am I reading length? Cannot read the length of null. Where am I reading the length here? Output.length. Less than output.length. And okay, I'm gonna go backwards a little bit. I know I want to hold on to this guy, but let's go back before we had length in there. What did I do? Console.log. Okay. So let's do operator. Let's match. Oh, what the heck? What? Having operator in there? Const operator. Oh, because I'm missing a G in there, or the other half of it. Okay. Whoa, what's happening here? What's happening here? It looks like I'm like not parsing or something. Oh, wait a second. No, this is good. Well, this is kind of good. Kind of good. Let's see. Get rid of this counter for a second. We don't need that anymore. And we'll do a console.log. And console.log output. So it's concatenating stuff now. Output.search. So why did it take the operator out of it? Like, where did I get that? Very strange. Search multi-divide. So it should have been, so I got multiply, divide. What is going on here? Where would it be sucking that out? Let's have a look at these numbers. Didn't even think to look there. Left num, right num, left num plus 12. Interesting. So left num, we get left num, back is going minus minus. This is interesting. So it's moving backwards while output back dot match operator. I want to figure out, I'll put back null 1, 2. So the first position should be 1. I guess I can just do pause. So first position, I'm sorry, 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So then it goes back and sees, well, the first number is a 2. Then one more number above that is a 1. So how does the left number, what's happening here? Is it just that it's, whoa, and now, I guess I'm not all locked up. Is it not? I'm just confused. So output substring. Console.log. Back for, oops, console.log. Back for num colon back. Back for num. Oh no, is console not logging? Or, oh, hang on here. I did not have. There we go. 2. Huh, isn't that... Yeah, that's that. So back. I wonder if these should both start at the position. Back minus minus. Maybe what I should do instead of this is try pulling this out and then doing a if then break. If break. Because I think it might be causing some problems with it. Oh, maybe not. Let's see. What? It just seems like it's going in too early. How long has this been going? This stream. 2 hours and 23 minutes of me messing with this crap. Feeling a little fed up for the evening, I think. I just want to know why. Why is that going in there as a plus 12? Okay, let's take a step back. We know that the reason it's getting there is because the back for num ends up at 2. And the logic dictating that is we've got the position 5 minus 1, which is 4. Wait a second. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, that's right. Okay. So yeah, so then 4, which is here. We then go again because the next number is not that either. And the next number plus is not that either. But for some reason, we still go into our loop. Let's see, back, position 5, back 2, back 1. And this is interesting too. It's like it's not actually going, it's not pushing. Oh, okay, wait a second. What's that? Back 4, back 3. Oh, okay, hang on 1 second. This is not good, logically speaking, because what we're saying is, even though the current character is okay, the next one might not be, and we don't want to decrement that. Yeah, I feel like you can break out of while loops in JavaScript, right? While break JS. Yeah. Okay. I'm going to take a quick break. I'll be right back to look at this. Okay, we're back. Okay, so what I was doing before is I wanted to look at this break and see if I could break out before we hit this, which I thought was what I was just trying to do a second ago. But that is not the case. So, oh, maybe I had the logic wrong. Really, it's if that's true, then we break. Then we break. Right? Wait a second. This is going to be exactly the same. Because if this was not null, it means it found an operator. But the problem here is that the very next operator is I know what we can do. Take this guy, drop it down one line. Oh god, I'm in an infinite loop. That sucks. Browser is bogged. Yep. Alright, well that was fun. Oh my gosh. Okay. Alright. So yeah. I'm gonna do if, and then that. And pop that in there. Do a break. Oh shoot, did I do it again? This needs to come after. We need to check the next one. And we need to put back up one. Which is super confusing, but I think this is how we get around it. Yeah, that's it. Yep, there you go. Look at that. And the same thing needs to happen. I feel like this is super hacky though. Like, I feel like this workaround, while it is working and it's a workaround, seems like it's not really addressing something I'm missing here. What am I missing here? What am I missing? Maybe what I'm missing is that I should do a do while instead of a while loop. Because that's going to start off and see. Or wait a second. I just do a back -1 and save the hassle. Save all that code. Yeah, cool. That worked because I need it's a look behind problem. Like I need to look one more into the future before I modify and say like, let's expand the range. And the same, I'm guessing, is going to be for the next, where we look one into the future. Next is less than output length. Well, maybe not. Let's try. try it out. How can we try this out though? To try this out, we would need to do a plus or a minus after the fact. Yep. Oh, no, it's in there. Okay. So that's fine. Oh, and 144. Looks like it's working too. 156. Yeah. Wow. Well, it looks like it's working. Console.log. Are we good for now? I think we are. Let's clean up a little bit. I also want to figure out, like, we've got a lot of duplicated code in here. So I think now is as good of a time as any to figure out how we can make this, how we can keep this more dry. One thing I'm seeing is, like, this could probably be like a function that gets called with the multiply and then add subtract. Nothing. Wow. Yeah, nothing changes in this except for that. So it's pretty good. Pretty good example of how we could make that a function. What else could we do here? Yeah, I'll start with that. So replace range. So what's the best way to do this? Oh god. Infinite loop time. Okay, so let's do a const, and let's do a, I don't even know, like, I don't even know. I don't know what to call this thing. Calc. This is a terrible name, but I just can't think of anything better right now. What is it doing? What is it doing? Give it some reg. Calc. And then so then we do output equals calc output reg, I think. Oh, output add subtract. Wait, mult divide. Can't read property search if undefined. Huh? Output. Can't read property search if undefined. Why can you not read property search if undefined? What are you talking about? here. Nope, it's not empty. Is it empty in here? Nope. It's not empty in there. So why is this saying that? Wait a second, where's operator? What is operator? Match. Wait, what? Where's operator coming from anyway? Oh, I see. I can copy that and put it in here for safekeeping. Oh, okay. That was it. Kind of deceiving with other things I was seeing in there. All right, then output equals calc output add subtract. And then get rid of that operator. Cool. And this is where I'm feeling the need for recursion. I feel like a recursive function would work really nicely here. And I don't know if I want to mess with that right now. I guess it would pass. I think it would be like each of these replace ranges would call calculate again until calculate has nothing else, and it would just return. Yeah, so it'd be like instead of doing this output.search reg, it would be like shoot, let's just try it out and see. It would be like taking this guy, which is going to create all sorts of weird problems, and right at the beginning of it, doing the same check we do here. Yeah, you do if this guy equals -1, we have finished our output. You can return that all the way up the recursive calls. Otherwise, we've got work to do. And maybe here we could do like an if output search output search mult divide let reg equal mult divide just make it null for now. If output search equals reg equals mult divide else if output.search add subtract reg equals add subtract quick little check to see what kind of call we're doing here, or what kind of operators exist. So if it sees, oh, there's a multiplication operator in there, it should run through this, and instead of calling instead of returning the output at the end of it, it should, or returning this replaced range, it should call calculate with that value. I think is what I want. How am I still getting, oh, because I'm calculating here. Yeah, okay. Okay, let's try getting rid of those calculators for a second. See what kind of crazy stuff that does. Brings me back to the basics. And then I like this because I was kind of like, I feel like unintentionally building it to be recursive anyway. Calculate. Is 156 coming from something? Do I need to return here? Huh. What's going on here? If output search oh, we need this to be operators, right? Yeah, we need that to be operator. It hasn't found anything yet, or if it's empty, then we can move on. Okay, now we're playing some game. Now we're actually checking for something. So output.search is going to return. What else? Output.search, turn output.search, multivide. Console.log Reg. Is there no regular expression there? Let's try output.search. So the first time, oh, the next time it's, the next time it's not in the multi-divide anymore. Okay. So where's this having a problem? Consult log. Output.search. And can I read? Oh, interesting. How is this? What's happening here? Left num is 12. Right, num is 12. Calculation output. Pause. So what is causing this to be this back to be equal to -2 or whatever? It's back, right? Yeah. Back -2. Why is it going -2? That's so weird. Back equals position. Is the position being weird? Oh, interesting. Position goes to -1. Wait a second. What is output at this point? So position is -1. Output. Wait a second. Search. Oh, interesting. what's going on here? Console.log output.search mult divide. So that's empty. And there's 2 in there. Let's try this. It's not that he's in there wrong. Output that search. Dang. I wanted this to be recursive. I thought that would be a little bit better and make things like simpler as far as the actual amount of code needed. Okay. What's happening now? Cannot read property match if undefined. Position is -1. Is it always -1? Position is 5. Then it's -1. And it's -1 because I'm searching on the reg. And if the reg is set to something that doesn't actually exist, how is it getting to that? How is it getting there? If it's able to, if it's, all right, let's do this. Let's set up an object. Let's do reg. Let's do mult equals output.search multi divide and add output.search add subtract. Oh, mult divide. Keep doing that. So yeah, this is weird. So it's like which one? It should be flipping over and saying, oh, it's wait a second, reg output.search reg. Reg is -1. Mult is -1, reg is -1. I wonder. Is there a way to, can you not set? See, it should have skipped. It should have said output.search, or add subtract was 2. So it should have said reg equals add subtract. It's an add subtract. And that should mean that reg should be the same as add subtract. But maybe there's a weird thing about how regex works. Here's an idea. Smelly idea. The kind of smelly smell that smells smelly. If I do what if I do this? Pause. Let pause equals none. Pause POS equals output.search multi-divide. And otherwise it will be a add subtract. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. Mult. Pause. Well, how is pause still -1? I'm so confused. What if I say, I mean, I don't think this matters. I feel like does not equal -1. Well, this was a huge rabbit hole. I'm kind of feeling like it was a waste of time. Thought I would be cool and clever, but I'm gonna go back if possible. I can't go back. Dang it. Dang it. How much? How bad is this messed up? I don't think it's that bad. Turn, calculate. Pretty sure I just need to do calc with output and mult divide, and then output output equals, equals. All right, after all of that wasted time and energy, it wasn't really wasted, I guess. I mean, I enjoy going down rabbit holes to try and figure this kind of stuff out. I feel like it could be done, but with my brain capacity at 1:50 a.m. tonight, I'm not feeling it. What I wanted to do though is I wanted to at least add an equals function in here so I could try it out and see what happens. See if this calculator functions. So I gotta switch back into React mode here and think for a second. Yeah, so maybe equals should be a button too. Equals, or equals should be its own type of thing. Const equals props, fat arrow, and do this guy, and no need for that clear button class, and props dot on click. Maybe I should just have this be a standard button. Yeah. Slight change of plans. Button. Just gonna screw everything up. Num button. Num button. Button, and then I can just make the equals button a button. And then the equals button, let's see, we want to pass a const run calculation equals, and we are running the calculation with the number, the value inside of the display. So we'll just say value, and I mean, really, why wouldn't I just call set display with, couldn't I just do set display with calculate, I'm going to switch that to lowercase, calculate, and display. Cool. 12. Oh, what the hell? Wait. What? Oh, I did need another button. Dang it. I needed a clear button still. Okay, what's going on here? 1, 2, there you go. 12 plus 12 equals, oh, what's happening? What happened? set, what if I just set it like manually? Test equals test. Okay. So it's should be there. Calculate. Let's console.log the output. Calculate. Okay, that's right. We'll just do a const equals button equals and we will take calculate on display, calculate display, let's const new display equals that, and set display with the new display. I feel like something else is wrong here because I don't know why this, I mean this is basically the same thing I just did. I just wrote it differently. Is it saying calculate is still not defined? Calculate. Calculate. +12 clear. 12 plus 12 equals. What the heck? And the weird thing is too, it's not even calling like. All right, let's make sure. Can we get alert? Hey, if I hit equals. Hey, cool. So it's getting into here. Alert hey equals hey calc. Hey calc. Yeah, so it's making it in here. What's the value that's coming in here? 0. Okay, yeah, so that's fine. 12 plus 12. 12 plus 12. Huh. Clear. Plus 12. Throw in some kind of exception in here. 12 plus 12. Output equals value. Oh, I wonder if I created something that needs to have, I wonder if it's throwing exceptions or something. 12, oops. 2 plus 2 times 3 equals 8. Yeah, okay. So I bet that in my calc here, I bet I'm doing something where return replace range. Yeah, I need to return output. Return output. TypeScript would have caught that. TypeScript would have caught that, little TypeScript boy. Yeah, TypeScript. Yeah. Plus, oh, and then we got some other stuff to do here. Plus 12 times 50 plus 13 minus 68. Oh, that's interesting. What happened here? What happened here? That's because the multivide didn't go all the way through. This is a complicated one. I'm at, what, 3 hours now? Almost? Yeah, 3 hours. Jeez. 3 hours and 60 minutes. This is a complicated little dealio here. Did I get any more tests to pass? Yeah, got more tests to pass. Start a new calculation that operates. Oh, and I don't even have, dang, man. I didn't even think about that. I don't even have floats in here. So like 12.5. I mean, I guess. Yeah, okay. Wait a second. That's not right. Something's not right. 12.5. Yeah, I think if I change this parse int to 2, maybe. $12 plus 12. 12. Oh, clear. 12 plus 12 equals 2. Great. Parsents. No, that's what base we want to do it in. And that's not what I was thinking of. Decimals. Oh, maybe I need to do parse float. Parse float. Parse float. 12 plus 12 equals 24. Clear. 12.5 plus 12.5 equals 25. Cool. That was easy. I want to do something too here where I want it so that after you press equal, I feel like this should be a relatively simple one. Set state. Calculation initial, maybe, or I want it to go back to clear after this. Yeah. I'm gonna go back to like, I wanna have like a clear. Set clear equals false equals, oops, use state false. Oh, whoops. Clear next, maybe. Clear next. Next. Set clear next. And then equals clear next. True. And then update if display or clear next. That way, when I go in here and I do 2 plus 2 or 12 plus 2 equals 14, I can immediately go 5 plus 6. Oh, what the heck? Oh, whoa. I gotta set clear next. Set clear next to false now. Two plus 2 equals 4. 5 plus 6 equals 11. Oh, man. Did that earn me any brownie points? Nope. An any order, I should be able to add, subtract, multiply, and divide a chain of numbers of any length. Yeah. So I got to work on my calculator logic some more, the core of my calculator, because 12 plus 12 times 12 plus 12 equals, yeah, so doesn't know, it's not reducing down all the way. What a bummer. What a bummer. Console.log calculate 15 plus 15 times 12 plus 15. That's interesting. It also skipped a number there. I thought calc was supposed to output search. Oh, wait a second. What's going on here? Oh, what the heck? It's returning before it even finishes the loop. Output.search. Oh, what the heck? Yeah, wait. This is not right. Output.search. If any of these things, if operators are here, go through and do what we want to do. And then replace it. Yeah, this is wrong. This needs to be output equals. Yeah. 12 plus 12 times 12 plus 12. Yeah. Did that do it? Oh, still not getting it? Oh, this is nice. I can see what they're trying to do, kind of. I could pop some 10.5 minus 5.5 equals. That's weird. Wonder what's going on there. That's really weird. I don't know what to think about that. Let's see. .5 5.5. Calculate. That's so weird. 10.5 minus 5.5. What? 10.5 minus 5.5. 2 minus 2 equals. What? 2 plus 2 equals. I'm so confused. Why is 2 minus 2 equals? Can't do that. 4 minus 2 equals. None of the minuses are working. But they are, because I just tried this guy. 10. It's 5.5. Yeah. Okay. This is weird. So calculate is working. Const new display. Calculate console.log. Actually, let's get out of here. Console.log display an object display and new display. Oh, I guess I do have to press equal 12 minus 3. Equals 10 minus 5.5 equals. Huh, it's like the calculate called in this context doesn't work. What the heck? Console.log calculate works fine. What? That is so weird. It's even the same thing, like display 10 point. What if here's the moment of truth. What happens when I do this? Do that. Oh! This is probably some weird states not open or not updated in time BS. Because that does not make any sense. Display set to 10 minus 5.5. Hit equals 10 minus 5.5. Okay, what if I move this guy up a level into here and do 10 minus 5.5 equals, yeah, same thing. Huh. That is so weird. Alright, here's a dumb idea. What if I did const whole temp display and then did that and did equals display. This would be really dumb. Minus 5.5 equals. Whoa, what? They're not even canceling out. Well, I'm done, I think. I do not have the margin, the mental capacity to look at this anymore. This is a very surprisingly, like, challenging project. I was not expecting it to be this crazy. I'm already close to 4 hours in, and I don't know, I just feel like that's a lot. I feel like that for such a simple thing, like you would think like, oh, JavaScript has math in it already, so how hard could it be to implement a calculator? And maybe some of this is just I've never done this before, so I'm like still like trying to like wrap my head around it, but I don't know, it's interesting. It's fun nonetheless. Definitely like enjoying like trying to kind of think through how to create the calculator logic, which it seems like it's, I mean, the weird thing is like now I feel like my calculate method works fine. It's just that I'm guessing it's got to do something. It has to do with React state not getting in there, because we even showed like same thing. Like, in fact, hang on, I got to try one more thing because I'm just thinking about it. What happens if we say, if we calculate 10 minus 5.5. Okay, calculate that. Equals 10 10.5 equals, wait, now the equals button just doesn't work? It's because of this thing? 10.5. Yeah, the equals button is just like not working. Hang on a second. I'm even annoyed if this is like, oh my gosh, some weird. Okay, and still set to 10.5. What? Wait a second. 10 minus 5 equals. Okay, whatever. What I was going to say is, what happens when you do console.log display equals 10 minus 5.5. And then you do 10 minus 5.5 equals false. But, okay, hang on. This is so dumb, dude. WTF colon display, and then we'll include display, and we'll include other string 10 dash 5.5. Okay, 10 dash 5.5 equals what? What? This does not make sense. These are the same thing. Display 10.5, 10-5.5, 10-5.5, WTF display over here equals 10-5.5. What are we actually getting in the... What are we getting in the calculator? Here's an idea. Console.log value. Okay, 10 minus 5.5. Oh, wait a second. I actually need to make sure I'm using the display this time. Display. Okay, 10 minus 5.5 equals value. Well, okay, what? What? So I'm getting the value. I'm getting a value in there of 10-5.5. This is, yeah. Okay, well, confirmed my suspicion that this is too much for my brain tonight. But yeah, I hope this was helpful if you're someone like me who's looking at React and kind of looking for some challenging extracurricular projects to look into building. This one's like, I don't know. It's been fun, but I'm just thinking like, as far as like resume stuff, like I feel like there's probably plenty of other way better, more interesting calculators out there already. But whatever, it's fun. Cheers.